Welcome to Sarah and Ed's lesson.
I'm Ed.
I'm Sarah. I'm not Ed.
I'm not Sarah.
Okay, today we talk about Bill. Bill is an American guy that went to Portugal for an experience. Ed, do you remember your first time you came in Italy?
I sure do. It was a great experience. I came to Italy for a job. Okay, I was working in America, and I had some customers in Italy, and I had to visit those customers. So I came to Milan.
How many years ago?
We're talking more than 25 years ago. Yeah, maybe 30.
Yes?
Yeah, maybe 35. 35
maybe
years
40.
ago. No, wait. So anyway, I came to Milan, and I had to rent a car because I didn't have a car.
Yeah.
Right? And I rented a car, and I was going out of the rental place. And when I saw how everybody was driving, it was crazy. Cars were coming left, cars were going right, motor scooters were coming in and out. I said, this is like a circus. It's like a race. And so I joined the race.
Really?
I had a little Auto Bianchi car, and it was really cool. And I just loved every minute of driving in Milan.
Oh, and now?
I hate it.
Okay, Ed, so let's go and read about Bill.
Let's read about
And-
Bill's experience
yeah.
moving to...
Portugal.
Right,
Let's go to Portugal.
please.
Okay, so from advanced number 1, personal communication.
Right, this looks like a letter
Yes, it's a letter that Bill wrote.
to his friend Elaine.
Yes?
Dear Elaine, hi there, how are you? I'm doing well up here in the north of Portugal, and I'm really beginning to make headway with my Portuguese.
Can you speak Portuguese?
Not a word.
No.
I can say 2 words.
Which one?
Cacau maravilhão.
Okay.
Now that I've been here for 6 months, I'm finding it much easier to express myself, although I still have a problem with my pronunciation. It's exciting to speak another language besides English, and I hope that in 6 months' time, I'll be speaking fluently. By then, I will have been here a year and will hopefully be speaking like a native. My plan is to be practically bilingual by the time I leave. Anyway, this letter would be incomplete without a funny story, correct?
Yes.
The local villagers hate to be thought of as inhospitable, so one family invited me for a meal last week. I decided to take advantage of the invitation. Who turns down such an offer? And I didn't eat all day so that I'd be hungry. I knew enough Portuguese to get by, but I memorized a few extra expressions just in case. When I arrived for dinner,
I was.
I was disappointed to see that they had made roast beef.
That it's not a typical Portuguese meal.
It's more of an English or American
Yeah,
meal.
yeah.
Right? I tried to get it across to them that I didn't eat meat, but I guess I made too poor an attempt at it. When it became clear that I wasn't going to eat anything, the room was suddenly silent. The family didn't speak to me again until it was time for me to leave. So,
Not very polite.
no. I asked my friend Marcos to speak to them for me, and he found out that there had been a misunderstanding. It turns out that I had said and used words incorrectly, and that they had interpreted it as some sort of criticism of their meat. Haha. Yesterday, however, I received a huge basket of fruit with a note saying, "Practice your Portuguese." Marcos translated it for me. I know you will laugh. Keep in touch.
Yeah.
Bill.
And we also laugh because it's a funny story.
It is a funny
Yes,
story. Poor
yes.
Bill.
Yes, very nice. Okay. Okay, so we can see some key words. There
Right.
are many in this reading.
Exactly right. Let's take a look at some of these
Yeah.
key words. Portugal, okay, we know Portugal.
Yeah.
That's not so difficult, okay.
So Portugal and Portuguese.
This is interesting. Portuguese is the language and the people
Yeah.
that live in Portugal. Okay? Here's an interesting expression. To make headway means to make progress. Okay,
In this case, no, in Portuguese.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's making progress with a language, a new language.
That is not easy.
Exactly. To express. To
Myself.
express myself means to be able to communicate.
Yeah.
Right?
So we have a reflexive,
Exactly right. To express myself.
or yourself, etc.
Right.
Okay.
We can express ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. When we talk to each other.
Okay, pronunciation, language, I think they are not so
No,
difficult.
they're not so difficult. Now here's something that's interesting. In 6 months' time. Okay, that's not so easy to translate into Italian, but it means in 6 months. Okay.
During 6 months.
Right, after 6
Yeah.
months, okay, in this time period, okay, I will be speaking fluently.
So Bill will be able to
Will
speak
be able to speak-
Portuguese.
yes.
Okay.
Now see here we have the possessive case with a plural noun.
Yes.
And the apostrophe comes after the S.
Exactly.
Okay? Fluently, okay?
You can speak Italian also fluently.
You think I speak fluently?
Yes, yes. How many languages can you speak, Ed?
I can speak 2.
Yeah.
Just English and Italian.
Yeah.
You know, I started by speaking, learning, or let's say studying Spanish.
Really?
Yes, in school. Because in the United States, Spanish is the second official language. And so for me, the transition from Spanish to Italian wasn't so difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could you speak Italian when you came here?
I could.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it's not easy, Italian.
Yeah, it's not so easy. But English, you know,
I think it's easier.
some things are in English are easy. Other things are a little bit more difficult. Like the pronunciation.
Exactly.
English
Yes.
pronunciation is quite difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, it's quite difficult. Like, I mean, take a look at this word. Although.
Yeah.
That's a very strange word, especially when we have the GH. Sometimes GH is pronounced like an F. In
Laugh.
words like laugh, enough. Other times, it's not really pronounced. These letters are mute, but they give a certain sound to the vowels.
Yeah.
Although.
Yeah. You know, I come from Italy, and I think for us it's very difficult the pronunciation because grammar is not so difficult.
Yeah.
Italian grammar is more difficult.
Exactly.
But pronunciation sometimes is not so easy. Okay, then we have these other words also. Yes.
Like hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I will hopefully be speaking like a native, okay? Hope is, you know, something that you wish for, okay? So wishfully, I wish and I hope to be speaking English in the future like a native.
Like a
Okay.
Portuguese.
Like a Portuguese person, right? Bilingual, okay? That means 2 languages, right?
Like you.
Exactly right.
Yes.
Let's take a look at some
Okay.
other expressions.
Okay, this is okay. Now we have a funny story.
Right. One thing we want to remind everybody is that fun and funny is a little different. Okay? Funny is something that makes you laugh. Fun is something, for instance, if you go to a party,
Yeah.
yes, you can laugh. And something can be funny, but usually at a party we have fun.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, so
This is a difficult word. Inhospitable. It means not hospitable.
yeah.
So sometimes words that begin with in is the contrary. Okay, I'm trying to think of another word that starts with in. Let's say comprehensible. That means you understand.
Yeah.
Incomprehensible
You
means you don't
Understand.
Okay. A meal. Okay, that's quite
Okay,
easy.
invitation.
Invitation. These are
To
words that.
take advantage
Ah, yes. To take advantage.
of something.
Take advantage of something, of someone, right? Right? That means to profit.
But then
But
here,
not with terms of money. I mean, profit by, let's say, using another person for my benefit.
okay, yes,
That
yes.
means to take advantage.
And then this, who turns down such an offer?
Turns down is a phrasal verb.
Yeah.
Okay? Turns down, to turn down means to refuse.
Yeah.
Right? To reject or to refuse.
No, in this case, it was a nice invitation.
It was an invitation for,
For
a
a
meal.
meal,
And
so-
why would he refuse this
No,
invitation?
no. It's not polite, no, to refuse an invitation sometimes.
Yes, that's exactly right. Especially when he is a stranger in a
Yeah.
strange place and he gets an invitation to a meal for a meal.
Okay.
Memorize. Okay? That means to remember,
Learn.
right? To
To
learn
learn.
by memorization, by keeping something in your mind. Okay? Now, a lot of English is memorization. If you remember, we were talking about pronunciation, and a lot of pronunciation in English is memorization. For instance, you have to remember that this word is not pronounced enough.
Yeah.
It's pronounced enough. Okay? Even though these letters here in a different word will be pronounced like an F.
Yeah.
So it's memorization.
Very important.
Exactly. Memorize.
Okay.
Dinner, okay, that's quite easy. Disappointed, okay, that's quite easy.
Roast beef.
Roast
That
beef.
is not a Portuguese meal.
Right, well, when I came to Italy and I saw roast beef, I said, wow, this is just like home.
Did you feel at home?
I did. And then when I saw pizza, I said, wow, that's just like America. We have pizza too. I said, "These are-"
Italian food is good.
It's very good.
Yes. I don't want to say, but it's one of the best food in the world.
We could say it's the best.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it's safe to say that.
Okay, we can go on.
Right,
and
let's
then
take a look
we-
at some other interesting expressions. Okay, meat, right? We have different kinds of meat. Chicken. Meat from a cow, we don't call cow, we call it beef,
beef.
right? Okay.
Okay, then we have an attempt.
An attempt, a try, right? A misunderstanding. Here's another word, okay? We have understanding, right? And then misunderstanding, okay? That means a misunderstanding is something that is understood incorrectly,
Yeah.
okay?
So in this case, there was a misunderstanding.
Right.
Have you ever had a misunderstanding when you came in Italy?
I have misunderstandings all the time. But I can't remember a specific misunderstanding I had.
Okay.
I'll tell you a story a little bit later.
Oh, okay.
All right? About a misunderstanding. Incorrectly. Here again, okay, we have this prefix, in, okay? Correctly means in the right way, incorrectly, in the wrong way. So in changes the,
The
word
meaning.
to the opposite.
The meaning is
right?
different.
As we saw before with the other word, which I can't remember, inhospitable.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Then, okay, the last part.
Okay, interpreted. Okay, that's very similar to Italian.
Oh.
Okay.
A huge basket, so a very big basket.
Yes, huge.
Huge.
Okay, huge, enormous.
Yes.
Okay. Practice your Portuguese. This is imperative.
An advice.
Right.
It's better next time to
Right.
practice your Portuguese.
Exactly. If you don't want any misunderstandings.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I think it's very easy, no? With a foreign language that there are misunderstandings. Sometimes it can be.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes, I remember a misunderstanding.
Okay, now we have it.
Right? I had to meet somebody in Milan, and she told me, meet me here at 1500. Now, when we look at the clock, in Italian we say 15. I thought, 15, that's 5.
Yeah.
So I went to meet her at 5 o'clock. I was 2 hours late.
Yeah. And so at the end,
At the end,
what happened?
she waited for me.
Okay. Yes, it's very easy, yes, to have misunderstanding. Okay, I think we have also time for an exercise. What do you think?
Let's try.
Okay. So we can do, I don't know, practice.
Right?
Exercise number 4, for
All
example.
right. Let's try number 4.
Okay, we have some questions and answers.
Match the answers with the question about Bill's adventure with the local villagers. Okay, now let me see if I can find the answers. Okay, here's a question. How did Bill prepare for his evening with the family? He learnt some useful phrases by heart. That means by memorization. Okay, he didn't know enough Portuguese to articulate himself, to express himself. The family had misinterpreted or misunderstood something Bill had said. Well, let's see. How did Bill prepare?
No.
I think I remember.
Yeah, he studied.
He studied.
Yeah.
All right.
He learned some useful phrases by heart.
Exactly. He
That it's not by
memorized.
heart.
That's right. That's right. That's a quite interesting expression in English. By heart means by memory.
Yeah.
I don't know why this connection.
Because you do with your heart,
Maybe you're right. Why did Bill make a poor attempt at expressing himself? Okay. Poor, we know what poor means usually, but poor in this case means not a complete.
A little.
Yeah, a small
little,
attempt.
a small attempt.
Not good quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Why did Bill make a poor attempt at expressing himself? Let's say he didn't know enough Portuguese to articulate himself. The family had misinterpreted something Bill said. No, I think it's this.
Yeah.
Right?
Poor guy. He didn't know enough Portuguese.
Right, so
Yeah.
he made a not a good quality
Yeah.
attempt at expressing himself, about speaking.
Yeah, because he was learning.
Right.
Oh. And the last one.
Why was there a bad atmosphere during dinner?
Yes.
Okay? Why was there a bad situation, a bad feeling, okay, during dinner? Well, obviously,
There was a misunderstanding.
yes, Bill memorized something. He said something to the family, but it was not a correct
Yeah.
sentence.
Yes, he was wrong.
He made
But,
a mistake.
Yeah, at the end, the family understood the situation.
Yeah, they realized that his Portuguese was not perfect,
Yeah.
all right? So they understood what the problem was.
Okay. So, Ed, why don't you tell us something else about your experience in Italy?
My experience in Italy.
Yes.
Okay. I have a good experience.
Okay.
And this involves an American holiday.
Yes.
You know the holiday we call Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I know it.
We don't celebrate that in Italy.
No.
Okay, but Americans celebrate that. And when I came to Italy the first years, I wanted to celebrate Thanksgiving in a traditional way. So I went to the local butcher and I said, I want a turkey. And he said, well, how many, for how many people? I said, well, 2 or 3 people. Okay, so he says, okay, I have to order it. Come back in a week. So I came back. When I got the turkey, it was as big as this trunk. I said, what kind of people do you have in Italy that need so much turkey? And it was very expensive.
Yeah.
It was 80,000 lira.
Okay.
80,000 lira.
But was it good at the end?
Well, it was so big, I couldn't get it into the oven.
Okay.
So I threw it away.
No,
I didn't throw it
no,
away.
I think you ate it.
I cut it in half and then I baked one half and then the other half. It's a very strange Thanksgiving.
Okay, maybe the next one will be better.
I don't think I'm going to celebrate Thanksgiving in Italy anymore.
You can come back to America.
I will.
Okay. So thank you very much for this lesson.
This is Ed,
And I'm Sarah.
and we'll see you the next lesson.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.